Hey, welcome to I'm That Mom, the podcast about motherhood without the pressure of perfection. My name is Katy. I'm a self-taught entrepreneur who started my baby company while pregnant and grew it to an 8-figure business as a single mom of 3. Join us as we discuss the fun, funny, and messy parts of motherhood. We're certainly not experts. We're just here to support all the moms and hopefully, collectively, we don't completely f*** it up. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. Keep going.
Right down Santa Claus Lane.
Okay, this is my absolute favorite time of year. Like, I'm dying not even putting my Christmas tree up yet.
Just do it.
Halloween is in a week?
Yeah, like not even a week away.
Yeah, and I promise you, mine's going up that weekend. Is yours?
No, I'm not that organized.
Oh, I am. I can't wait. It is everything about it. Christmas music on the radio, like the weather cools off. I mean, I love it.
It gets you in the mood.
It gets me in the mood, yes. And I start shopping and I get my kids well, now they send me like PowerPoint,
Literally the list.
Yes.
Like if you don't get me this.
Yeah, I got the big Amazon catalog in the mail and I handed it to Lila, my youngest.
I love that those are coming back though. Remember Toys R Us?
Yes. Toys R Us was like that Toys R Us catalog.
You lived for that Christmas catalog.
And I'd hand it to my kids with a pen and I was like, circle what you want. It was amazing.
Loved it.
But now mine, they don't do that anymore. Now they send me PowerPoint presentations of like slides. And they know, but they're smart. They put the links in.
Maybe they're
so they'll be like, Lululemon, this size, here's the link, Mom. And I'm like, oh, okay.
But part of you is probably like, thanks, that made it a lot easier and
totally.
There's no stress.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Right.
But I'm so excited because, yes, it's
what are you excited about?
Christmas. Traditions.
Traditions.
Yes. And it's how convenient is what we're going to talk about today. That's why we've got our cute little Santa Claus hats on. Okay, so clearly we are both Christmas pajama. Clearly supporters. It's like.
In fact, I got my photos back a couple yesterday of us in our plaid matching Caden Lane, and they are
it's
perfect. Shout out to Rachel.
That is so fun. For
so
everyone
cute.
that's listening, Kristin organized a company family photo day where we had all of our background set up right for Christmas still.
Yes.
And you came in and Rachel took family pictures of everybody and that's
edited
awesome.
them so they're beautiful.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to put it on a postcard.
Okay, so aside from Christmas pajamas, what are your favorite holiday traditions?
Ooh. This one, my brother's going to love this. So, okay. All right. So I was telling you earlier before we started that some of our Christmas traditions have faded out because loved ones have passed. That may have been a tradition that you kept.
Your grandma.
My grandma passed.
Yeah.
So we used to do a candlelight communion. It was beautiful. I think I'm going to bring that back though, actually.
Yeah.
But it forces you to create new traditions, which is great.
Okay, wait. Because you just said that whole thing in like one long run-on sentence. You're talking about the little candlesticks that had the paper circles around it. And you're in church.
You're on a pew.
Go to your neighbor and light the candlestick, and then you pass it to the next one. And if you were like, I remember doing that with my grandma and being like 6 and feeling like it was almost illegal to like hold the candle.
Fire in the church.
Yeah.
Yes. It probably is. That's probably a lot of churches don't do anymore.
Well, so
but it was magical.
Why don't you do that now with your kids? Your church doesn't do it.
We should. We haven't found a church that does it. But also, I don't know. It's almost like one of those things that felt so magical with those people. And it just feels almost weird to do it without them being there and in that same church for 30 years.
Yeah, but also I think like I have a tradition that we do every year. My grandma used to make coffee cake. And when we were little, so we always did Christmas Eve at her house. And she'd always make coffee cakes for everyone to take home and have Christmas.
So y'all would make it that night together?
No, not together.
She would make it and then bring it.
I remember we went to her house and she would already have the coffee cakes done. And we would either take it home or she would drive around to all of the houses because my whole family lives in San Antonio, and she would deliver them, and that's when we got to see her on Christmas.
And you could have it in the morning with coffee.
And yes, and she passed, but I still make the coffee cake, and I make it with my daughters, and then we take it to our family Christmas Eve.
Okay, I want to get on the family list now.
And but it always sounds like a good idea, but I have a ginormous family. I'm one of 6 kids. Right.
And
so you can imagine we have to make like 12 coffee cakes and take it to everyone. But
I love that you do it. And I bet your kids will love that you do it.
I pull out the recipe and it has my grandmother's handwriting on it. And it's just really cool.
That's so magical.
Because it makes me think about her and those memories. And then it makes my kids question, they ask questions about Ma and, what does this mean? And
it gives you a chance to talk about her and things
right.
that y'all did together. I love that.
See,
I think that's the whole point of I know, you've now convinced me we have to resurrect this.
Yeah, even if it's just your own, I'm sure you can order those on Amazon, right?
We're
and
just like in the kitchen. All right, kids, everybody
yeah,
get out your candles.
Singing Silent Night. Like, oh God, I shouldn't sing.
Then the fire alarm goes off. We're like, well, there goes that tradition.
Yeah.
No. So we do have real traditions. So the only one that I can really think of that we've implemented is my brother, who, let me give a little backstory on. He's my oldest brother. He is a retired lieutenant colonel from the Army, dresses up as an elf and
Every
gives
year?
presents, to the nieces and nephews. It's like our newer tradition. And everyone looks because he's not the type of person you would think would be in an elf costume. Let me just set that straight.
Yeah.
Like, he's very
Yeah, I
serious.
feel like you're more the person.
Oh, they would totally expect it out of me. But when my brother comes walking down and he's all like, we're like, it's good every year. Like, it always takes you off guard.
Oh, that's so awesome. And the kids love it.
The kids love it. We hope it lasts forever, but it's something that we just have like a few small ones where we always play like a fun game.
Yeah.
So like charades or.
Is this Christmas Eve?
Yes, we usually do Christmas Eve because I'm really strong on I want to be with my kids at my house on Christmas Day. Like, there's nothing more magical than being at your own home and Santa's here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But what about y'all? I mean, I know your kids are getting older, but other than the bread, do y'all have like...
Well, speaking of elves, we still do the stupid elf on the shelf. Which,
Oh!
Do you not do it?
Dude, I've decided this year that on day 3, because day 1 would be a little suspicious. On day 3...
Yeah.
Hot Chocolate, which is what Grace named it, is going to have like a severe accident where he's paralyzed and he can't move. I've decided. Because this stuff is bullshit.
It was. And I remember when it came out because I actually remember being at market and they were the booth next to me because Elf on the Shelf's been around for a very long time.
We have an OG one that Jonathan got off eBay.
Yeah, same. So, and I remember there was like a line of stores there to like sign up for it and it was a big deal. And when it first came out, I was like, sign me up for this. Bribing kids for behavior is like so up my alley.
You thought it was a great idea.
I thought it was a great idea until I realized that you have to move that little fucker every single night. And it's fun to like look at the ideas on Pinterest and like all these moms out there like really showing off with their like, hang gliding elves coming down to the Christmas tree. Like the best I ever did was like toilet paper the Christmas tree with the elf. Most nights I was either up at midnight, like rushing to move it from one shelf to the other,
Right.
Or I'd have to tell, my kids, I'm sorry, but our elf had too much to drink last night. Not moving
Elf
anywhere.
got into mama's drink.
Yeah. It was just so hard to remember it. And we have the animals, I think it's multiple elves.
There's the girl and the boy now.
I have it, yeah.
There's the reindeer.
I know. And I don't know why we still have it, because I know my littlest doesn't believe
But yes,
in
it has been a reluctant tradition now.
Yeah,
And now
I
you're
know.
kind of committed. You have to
You
until they
have
become a
to.
certain age.
Yeah, and you can't touch it, and you read the book. I mean, it is a very cool thing. But for anybody out there considering starting it this year, I highly recommend that you don't pull it out until like 3 days before Christmas, because then you have enough ideas to go through a couple days. Like, don't be the mom that pulls it out the day after Halloween. You will regret it.
No, wait at least until December.
Yeah, for sure.
No sooner. Preferably 7 days before.
Yeah. So even though my kiddos are older, I mean, we still do that. We still do the gift Christmas Eve. Do y'all do that?
Yes, we do. Well, you get to open one gift.
Yes. Some years we do their Christmas pajamas in it. Like if I'm really, I don't know, wanting to like do pictures and like really have them matching. And then some years I just let them pick.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I didn't put any gifts out under the tree. Did you the night before? Like gifts from
girl,
mom and dad?
because I'm a like, no, well, wait, from mom and dad?
Yeah,
yes,
'cause
I
there's
wrap
gifts-
all mine early.
Well, so do I, but I always, and this is how I grew up, like there was no presents under the tree until Christmas morning. And then Christmas morning was all the gifts from mom and dad and Santa Claus.
Oh, no. So we do it opposite. We put all the gifts from like us under the tree. And then when Santa comes, nothing's
more.
wrapped.
Oh.
Nothing. So I was going to ask, like, I don't know if this is tradition, but wrapped or not wrapped?
Oh, wrapped.
Girl, unwrap. Have you seen a toy store like when Santa and all the movies?
I know, and you
Come
can put
on.
it in a cute Santa sack, but honestly, like
Mine's unwrapped.
secretly I love, like, I turn on the Christmas tree and I light my candles and I like lay out my buffet of like wrapping paper all over my floor and I get a bottle of wine And I turn on
and
like
go
the
to
Christmas
town.
music, and I love wrapping presents.
So it's like Zen work for you.
It is. I mean, after I've got 5 kids, so it's a lot of presents.
Well, we're still in that age where all the shit that we buy, we have to put together.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, do I want to put it together now or
Yeah.
Christmas morning?
What
I
do you
want to
do?
put it together now.
Yeah,
I'd
for
rather put
sure.
it together. That way I can relax and they can just have fun on Christmas morning.
Well, and yours are younger, so
They're
you're
2
right.
and
Like
6.
putting together the Barbie house and
Oh my
then just put a bow on top so that when she runs down, and that's magical.
I'll sneak and I can see Grace. It is the best feeling to like watch her see, and she doesn't know I can see her seeing Santa come for the first time. Like, I love it. It's so innocent.
It is.
And they're like, and then they come and tell you, like, they have no idea. Like, Mom, you're not gonna believe what Santa brought me. And I'm like,
I know. And I never actually told my kids, like, is there a Santa?
They just
or is there
found.
not? I mean, our rule, since they had a sister that was so much younger, was just, if you don't believe, then Santa doesn't come. So, and it's your choice to believe or not. So somehow.
But don't ruin it for everybody else.
That's right. And I think
agree.
that's important.
It is important. Let them have it as long as they want.
What about cookies?
So, our cookies, we try really hard every year. We try to make cookies. But for some reason, my sugar cookies, they never hold shape. And they always end up being just like a sugar cookie blob. Well, like, how do you get them to hold the shape?
We make gingerbread cookies.
See, I don't really like gingerbread cookies as much. I'm a sugar cookie girl.
I don't know. I'm sure you may put more flour
in it. We have a tradition, but it just never looks like what we hope it will look like.
Really? I love making cookies, Christmas cookies. We need to do that at work and let everyone, where you have like a cookie party. And
a cookie exchange.
Yes. We should do that at work.
Yes.
For sure.
We did this at my old job, actually, and everyone would you had to bring like 5 dozen, right? And everybody got like 3 cookies of somebody else's, and it was amazing.
I love that. Okay, when do you take down your Christmas decorations?
So have y'all ever heard the song, I leave my Christmas lights on my front porch all year long? No?
Wait, I can't sing it again? Sing it again.
I hate you. Okay, I'm that girl. I'm Tanya Tucker. Okay. I'm Gretchen Wilson. Like, that is me.
Really?
Yes.
Are your Christmas decorations up
right
now?
I've sent you pictures of me on the roof putting them up.
Oh, yeah.
But me and Jonathan, so that's why this year we got the permanent lights.
Oh,
have you seen the ones?
The strips? Are they like LED that go under your... Yeah, that's
You don't have to take them down. So we're doing that because we're terrible. It'll be like June. And we're like, okay, dude, they got to come down. And then at that point, you're like, well, it's June. We should just leave them up. So like every year you go through that.
So I am the
You're January 1.
I am...
December 26th.
Yes.
Shut up.
But I'm putting my Christmas tree up the day after Halloween. So I've already had it.
Okay, there's balance there.
Yes, but I am, the second Christmas is done, I'm like...
Why do you think that is? You don't want to let the magic just keep going?
No, I think because it makes... I'm like, I'm ready for the new year. Yeah, and I like to put it all away, clean it up. I've had all the Christmas decoration. I mean, it's the only time of year that I like decorate for the holiday. And so, every countertop has some kind of like cute Christmas decoration on it.
It's almost cluttery at that point.
It's almost cluttery. And I think my brain is just at that moment, like ready to...
I don't know though. There's almost like a depression of after you take Christmas down. It feels like the house feels so warm and like magical. I know. And then you take it down, you're like, oh, my house kind of sucks. Like,
I know.
Like, I don't know. I have like this mourning phase of when I take it down, I'm like, I miss it.
I know. Well, I'm afraid to tell you that this year I will also be taking it down the day after.
And I will also probably be leaving it until June.
And for any parents that this year's the first year that maybe they're doing like split families, because we have to do that, right?
Same.
So some Christmases they can, and I do it actually even with the grandparents. Sometimes we'll go to one grandparent's house, sometimes we'll go to others. But I will say that you can still have the same Christmas morning magic, even if it's on a different day. Yes. So when my kiddos were little, when we first got divorced, I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do my first Christmas morning without them? And it was just as magical 3 days later.
Yeah, that is true. That was fun. That was a jolly good time, right?
It was a jolly good time. I like how you did that.
See that? So what would be jolly great as well is if all of our viewers, listeners would be sure to like and subscribe, share, comment. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube now, all the things. Wherever you get your podcast, be sure and download You don't want to miss his content. I promise it's going to get better and better.
And check us out at cadenlane.com.
That's right. Thank you.